A crude oil pipeline in Nigeria's southern state of Bayelsa has been attacked by militants. It comes just days after President Muhammadu Buhari heightened the military presence in the oil-rich Niger Delta region. But it's not the first attack. Niger Delta militants have launched 5 major attacks on oil installations in recent months. The latest was launched by a new group, the Niger Delta Avengers. Recently, the group has attacked facilities belonging to ExxonMobil, Agrip, Shell and Chevron. Delta and Bayelsa are the states where the most recent attacks have been carried out, and as a result, Nigeria's oil production has fallen by 800,000 barrels per day. Well, TRT World's Fidelis Mba has been following the story, and he joins me now. Fidelis, what do we know, first of all, about the attack and who this latest group is?
Well, the attack is on a major crude pipeline, like you mentioned, and this is actually more like a significantly affected oil production in Niger Delta. Nigeria relies almost about 70% of its revenue comes from oil output. And in recent weeks, we've had Nigeria's production drop from 2.2 million barrels per day to just a little above 1 million. And with this latest attack, we are going to see a case where the oil output is going to drop almost maybe something below 1 million. And this is greatly going to affect how Nigeria is able to source revenue to be able to finance its budget and to carry out all the projects earmarked for this year.
Is Buhari fighting a losing battle here?
Well, it's not really a kind of losing a battle in this case, because the military is already overstretched. We have Boko Haram in northern Nigeria. They are also trying to contain conflicts in central Nigeria, where you have herdsmen killing people, attacking villages. And now the Niger Delta militants who are the Niger Delta Avengers now, who have actually come out, and they're attacking, killing even military people, not just attacking oil pipelines. They are actually calling for greater ownership of oil resources for people who live in the Niger Delta area. They also want environmental repair and compensation for those who have actually been affected by oil spill and pollution in the Niger Delta. And the way it is now, because these attacks are driven by both economic and environmental grievances, and it might not actually end anytime soon. It's not a case of just Buhari being in power. No matter who is in power, until these grievances are actually addressed, these attacks might continue.
You said 70% of the revenue coming out of Nigeria relies on oil. If these attacks keep going, inevitably that's going to affect production. We've seen a drop in production. How is that going to affect prices in country and also globally?
Well, in country, before now, oil prices were so low that, Nigeria even had to go and source for funding from the IMF, from the World Bank, even going as far as China to seek for a loan to finance its budget. But right now, with the drop in sales, in output, it's going to affect the revenue they are going to get. And then, considering that Venezuela is in political crisis, it's affecting their oil output. China, US have also dropped in their output. The fire in Canada has also affected output. So globally, the oil prices are going to rise. And other countries that are not in crisis are going to enjoy, so to speak, the dividends of this crisis. But those like Nigeria, who are actually more like in crisis, are going to suffer for it, because they won't be able to generate enough revenue to be able to finance their projects.
Okay, Fidelis Mba, thank you very much.